Hello, welcome back. Um, Today, we're gonna continue the inscription thing. Uh, After not able to beat the boss, I tried it like two more times. But then I was successful at beating it. I think it was the FTA boss, which is a little embarrassing. But here's what we got to know about it. Apart from card sacrifices, now every card, every animal card gives us bone tokens, and that's another kind of economy that can be spent to get to play cards, powerful cards. Um, we also had I think bones in the backpack, bone tokens just for rainy day. Let's continue and see. I think finished up the first scroll and now we're at the second scroll. Um, okay, yes. So here we are at the second scroll, but before we begin, I would like to showcase the rule book again. Um, it has a lot of these things. This is still abilities, and this is 23, and it has a very big ton of abilities. I don't want to go and understand each and every one of it, but there are some blotted as well, just to entice the player to keep playing and try to understand what it is. I think this loops back again, even after I hit 0. I'm just gonna try that. And let's just keep it. So the fox done. Oh, yeah, there was this thing called this. Oh, that was very spooky. These eyes. I'm gonna try and sit back down and continue our journey forward. Bullfrog. We have that bullfrog. Yes, we definitely have. Porcupine. We don't. And a rattler, which requires 6. So this is a new bone sign 6. It requires 6 bone tokens to play it. Right now our deck is quite heavy actually. At the other we got the stoat, rabbit pelt, amalgam. I think having a rattler is useful. Yup, we have 10 cards on it. I really like the patchwork. Even though it kind of covers the graphics a little bit, you want the player to know. This is actually a very interesting design choice for designers. Like, how much do you want the information? Like, what information is vital and what information is secondary? Like over here, the snake graphic was considered secondary to the card's effects, which makes sense, right? Or they could have like tried to do something like overdo the patch of the skull and have two symbols at the same patchwork in the same space, the bottom center, which might have worked but could have been a little more chaotic. And when I say a lot of these words, right, that it could have been, all of these things are not really like just thought of and took decisions on. Like, each and everything is almost play tested. It has to be play tested to understand what kind of lands and what doesn't. I'm a very big proponent of playtesting quick prototypes and ideas. I think even on this front, when I'm saying a middle bottom center patchwork could have worked or could have been more chaotic, it would have been again, it would have gotten down precisely to playtesting and see whether it is landing as expected or it's like absolutely missing the point. So yeah, playtesting is definitely a good measure, like a litmus test, whether proof of concept or the idea itself is gonna land. Powerful item turn this and I'll skip my next turn. Oof. Oh, this is the bone thing that I was talking about. Uh, I have a plier, but I really like this hourglass thing. Oh no, you can't use that. Speed is hard. I know this kind of gives you the airborne effect, but I am up for trying something new. The idea here is I'm trying to see what like different kinds of things that they've thought of and implemented in the first place. Like apart from the card symbols, the I think this is a generated map. If not, then it's pretty well thought out. Then backpack elements and ideas. Probably there will be a time where I can increase the capacity that I can carry. Um, this is an interesting choice. So these ones are new symbols which kind of give the stamping effect that the opponent had in the tutorial ones. So I'm just gonna go over to the mini boss and just think about later on what I want to do about it. I gotta thank you. How has it been? It has been quite bad. I'm trapped in the body of a foot, in the paper of a card. I see that. I have a way to reset once more. Our player friend here, that's us. We already hold the key. Oh, we do? A bullfrog is gonna come. And this is a... I definitely need a squirrel soon. And don't have 6. And play a shunted wolf already. Oh, that's what the token is on the left. I don't think I can play anything else, so I'm just gonna pass. Take another squirrel for now. And play it. I need a stoat as of now. Stoat would be helpful, clearly. Sure, why not? Let's put a stoat here. Bad play. Wow. I'm already being... Oh, that's dumb. Bad play. Wow, now I think I know why it's bad play. I can go loops with the squirrel in the middle. But, wow, I don't think I can stop this attack. Anyhow. Yup. I'm gonna play it. Oof, oof, oof. Ouch. I think I'm gonna lose already. Do I have 6 already? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I just have 5. I have to get a 6th one soon. This cannot. That's one mistake already. Oh, okay. I don't think I want to go again with the boss, especially after that big mistake. So I'm gonna try and get a new card. Original. Oh, also. So whenever you lose to the boss, it kind of takes a photo of you and allows you to custom build a card with a different cost or different... Like, pick a cost from these following options. Pick health and damage from these following options. Pick a sigil from the following options. And take a picture of you and put a silhouette on it. I don't remember what were my choices here, but that's what I went for. which I think is a good choice here. I think I'm gonna continue the fire and improve the health or something. Pick something else. Okay, I need to improve health. Ratter is 6, which is hard. Let's do amalgam. I haven't been able to reach. Should I? Who are the lower hint options for me? Yeah, adder and I think adder is helpful. No. Hide with this. Ooh, its adder is gonna improve. Wolf, I have seen this. Make haste. I don't know, my wolf stamping sigil isn't awake. This way. Probably play like a bullfrog just this. Wow. No way. Oh, that's hard. A squirrel. A wolf. Hit it. Oof. No. Where's my hourglass? I need an hourglass right now. There's a stink bug. Here. Play a squirrel and do the hourglass. Just have enough chances to flip this turn. Is that correct? My plan here is this moment must defeat him first. I think I can defeat this one. I'm gonna play it here. Are you sure? Yes, I'm sure. Dead. More hit. What's the score? Let's see. I must defeat him. Wow, that moral choice really putting in a tough spot. It's me. I have so much to do in the next turn, so I think I'm gonna here. That's me. As per the narrative, there is a different kind of loop going on around. So at first the stout was now this is another element apart from the gameplay mechanic, which is the core loop, which I'm going to talk about a little later. Comes down the narrative. The stout is trying to escape, so I think that is not just or an animal. It's a different the friends which were located in the house puzzle and the claw. I rescued them, I think, all of them. And now they are planning and they want my help. That the moral decision making of the narratives is very interesting. I'm not a narrative designer per se, but I think it kind of ties pretty well. on how the game is to be uh, these interesting design choice, these interesting points, along with our decision making. You're making decisions, whether you want to help, whether you don't want to help. I think red games, mm, Papers, Please also does that kind of thing, tying you into those narrative decision making. Although it has nothing to do with the game itself, thinking is has been influenced by the elements in the game. So, for example, in a game like Far Cry, where you want to kill or hunt animals to make pelts for greater ammo, but if you had a species of animal, they would be upset or they wouldn't help you. So, if you kill like dogs, for instance, so if you had a pet dog, if you hunted dogs in the wild while you are with, they wouldn't like it, and they would. Now, you want to have like a higher ammo capacity, but you don't want to kill the dogs, or you pet some other kind of animal, or you dogs are looking for another hunting animal, probably its rival of a dog or something that would make the pet dog very happy. So that narrative element, that is a subplot with the game running. Although in Far Cry you are doing nothing with dog, or yes, there is elements of like talking that not necessarily comes into the core loop, kind of does, but the idea is influencing the decision making. So putting the players in spots of game where this can happen. Really like racing game or like Mario Kart, eating mushrooms or something. You encountered a small spended by a mysterious woman. It was a trader that called Trapper. Oh yeah, the Trapper. Yeah, the Trapper wanted something, but you were mollified by her offerings. We might have examined those pelts of yours. Yeah, I had a rabbit pelt. Yes. Ooh, 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 ooh. A lot of choices. I see a lot of new sigils, so I'm gonna just read about it. Hefty. At the end of the owner's turn, a card bearing the sigil will move in the direction inscribed in the sigil. Creatures in the way will be pushed in the same direction. Oh, so it's gonna push the cards to the right. Move back. Wow. 3 sacrifice, that's quite a lot, but 7 health, interesting. I remember this. It will jump to the empty one. What about this? Bell ring. Something with the bell? Wow. Refer. So I think talking about systems, they have, like, the Inscryption itself has done a really good job of systematic elements in the game. So obviously playing cards in the lanes are systems, right? But it's interaction with the lane, and like cards switch lanes after they are played, or there's a bell thing which is still covered, but pressing a bell is a system. So it kind of creates this core loop of you are playing a card, or the playing cards, which includes sacrificing other cards and playing whatever you want to play, and then the bell followed by whatever the AI is gonna do, which is already predetermined. Like, not predetermined, but yes, it's predetermined. It's also previewed for you, for the player, and then comes back to picking a new card, which is again squirrel or this. And all along this while, you can play the backpack items on your turn. So that's the core loop of the card playing element of it. If talking about the whole game, it's like play the game, you win or you lose. So if you win, you go to the same scroll, continue. If you lose, you lose one of the two available mistakes. If that's your second mistake, you lose the game and you start the scroll all over again. But if you win, it just kind of continues you back into the scroll. You're moving forward, trying to finish up that scroll. So the systematic elements of what the player does at each moment is kind of interesting. Airborne. The card bearing the sigil will strike an opponent directly even if there's a creature opposing to it. What about the other one? Waterborne. The card bearing the sigil submerges itself during its opponent's turn, while submerged opposing creature attacks its owner directly. Okay. I don't think 1/1 is a really helpful deal. I really like the Moose Buck though. Or the Black Goat, which kind of gives me like 3 blood rather than 1 blood when sacrificed. Gives me a lot of options, to be honest, the Black Goat. But I'll have to play a squirrel, play a Black Goat, and then sacrifice it for another card, which is a very big process. Like I'm hoping for the cards to be really, really lucky in my 4 or 5 card hand. Kingfisher is a good. I'm still thinking between Kingfisher or the Black Goat, but I think I have a Black Goat though. I don't, so I'm gonna go with the Black Goat. Just want to run into the meta of sacrificing and bringing it back. These pelts are most excellent, thank you. Okay, so I want pelts. I want more pelts. I think this is a new symbol again. I'm surprised by how different new symbols are still encountering. It shows the depth of what kind of game it is. Like, it just, the features and the elements that they've thought of off of the base game of card playing and sacrificing. There is improving health, improving power, raiding of cards, sacrificing a card for an improved sigil, stamping comes into play. So, like, a different thematic elements that kind of tie well together is interesting. You squinted to see a figure through the thick cloud of spores. You are the mycologists. Yes. And we are performing our experiments far from. We are not welcome and fair. We will experiment on your flock, yes. We will need 2 of the same creatures. 1 for each of us. Oh dear, oh, you don't have duplicate cards. Yes, I don't. Take 1 of ours. We will use it next time. Now it's giving me an extra CP. I think Rattler is a good copy to have. Just because, I mean, that's me kind of being paranoid. If they come back and ask for 2 of the same cards again, then I can give them the Rattler and I wouldn't be so sad. Oh, that's a mini boss. I don't think I'm going pretty good at this, but we meet again. Stunted wolf. Okay, so it's working. So the wolf thing is working, which is good. Kingfisher, coyote, and another kingfisher gonna come in. I need a squirrel. I need use it for a black goat. I think I made a mistake. My black goat's gonna die. I think my four damage done. Do I have like 4? Oh, no, I don't have 4. I just don't. Use me wisely. Okay. Failure. To user, nothing will happen. This bottle of goop has no use. Really? That's what it is? And they're back with Sparrow. Oof, I'm about to die. Think I need something important. Oh yeah, this is helpful. Like this. I'm gonna try this. I'm serious, you cannot use that. There is no possible use for it. I'll place it on the shelf over there for now. My device, avoid it. Oh, that's on the shelf, so I need to go and see the shelf. I'm trying to turn the tide here. It is very hard. These things are kind of... I don't have 2 sacrifices yet. Wow. I'm still gonna try and attack. Still just have 1 sacrifice to make. If I play a squirrel here, it won't attack Ash. No. But oh, there's an ant. There's an ant coming in. Let's hold on. There's another 3 point of damage. No worries, I think I can handle this. Take another squirrel. Play both. And sacrifice it for a magnum. I don't care about the 1/1. I think I can take it all. That's fine. Totally fine. I'm gonna see what option do I have. Oh, 1 sacrifice. 1 sacrifice. I don't think I want to sacrifice. I'm gonna attack. So the tides are turning. I like the positioning. It kind of has affected what the other player can do to me. I'm gonna go. Hopefully the lucky draw. So I'm holding on for the Squirrel Wrangler. I was holding for like the bone tokens to be used. I have fewer bone token cards. So all this while I'm also thinking about the deck, which is getting buffed. Like a lot of the cards are being added. I think the deck building element, like even board games, right? The games that have the deck building element of it, it is a very nice kind of way to enforce the decision making process. So like you want your deck to be efficient, so you're trying to buff up and collect as many cards. But the more cards you have, the less likely it is the better cards are going to turn up. Like the probability of powerful cards is lower the more cards you add. So you over time you wanna buff, and then suddenly you're starting to remove the starter deck or the older cards, which I think is a very interesting mechanic in general. I don't know if there's a way to improve off of it, but any deck building game have that start game, mid game, end game, where everyone starts off kind of on the same deck or similar kind of fair resources, and then you're playing your own game, trying to build a deck really personal, really ownership based, only to realize that in the mid game, okay, wait, I have too many of it and I really need to get rid of probably the starting deck ones, the starter cards which are now less powerful, or improve it for the other ones. The other way, the board game Dice Forge is interesting because they did the same thing, but you are kind of making a dice. So it's a 6-sided die. You have 2 6-sided dice, and Some of it are resources, like most of it are resources, and some of them are victory points and all those. So every time on before anybody's turn, everybody rolls, collect the resources, and then the player plays their turn. So that's the turn order. Everybody rolls on whoever's turn it is, and then the person whose turn it is, they kind of take their turn, kind of spending their resources or do something else. So every time it's your turn, you are setting yourself for the next few turns. Like, what do you want to get for the next few turns? You're hoping to get better things. So you want to get rid of, like, you literally kind of take out the faces of the dice, put them aside, and plug in new faces from the pond or whatever the market is, which is interesting. I really like the tactile element of it, especially of board games, but Dice Forge's tactile element is crazy good. Another adept kingfisher, a slippery hunter, the tenacious skink. It moves over an attack, leaving its trail behind. When a card bearing the sigil would be struck, a tail is created in its place, and a card bearing the sigil moves to the right. I really like the kingfisher in the previous turn. So remember, in the previous time I was talking about if something is airborne, it can have more damage, especially the sparrow thing, right? So this is where I think they kind of had thought of, as a player you are not really acquainted by this kind of sigil. So I was putting myself in the designer's shoes and thinking, why isn't there like a faster damaging flight or airborne thing, right? But coming on this, where after my turn this kind of gets submerged but still stays on the field, it's interesting because it's hard to kill it. So having lower damage on this really makes sense. So if it's harder to attack, I can still keep the card and keep attacking the other opponent player without getting attacked, even though I have 1 health. Nice. So okay, this is a system again. So now there's a sign of a good system. When you kind of conjoin it, it kind of makes into something new. So imagine you just had an airborne and a submerging thing. Now you're kind of merging it, and you see the 2 sigils there. Talking about starting earlier, the patchwork of 2 sigils over here, I don't think would have been really chaotic the way they have done it. But it was an interesting choice to not do the patchwork on the bottom center, but add it on the top left. Hopefully you can add more patchworks down the line, probably in a vertical way or a horizontal way. Not the horizontal, since the top right has the sacrifices, so probably like in a vertical manner. But hey, I think this is the boss battle, and this is a checkpoint. Not a checkpoint, but another symbol. So I'm gonna go and try what that is. You intuited that the fate of the creature selected for this would not be pleasant. Oh, see, the deck building game. Now here, whatever card I select would be gone. Like, I'm reducing my deck. I'm reducing anything that I don't need. But all of these are good. Wow, all of these are interesting. Sting Bug is great for especially 1 attack thing. Bullfrog, I used it a lot. I need 2 rattlers. Reginald, Kingfisher, I just got it. Do I need to get rid of something? I need to get rid of something, but which one of it? I don't know. Should I get rid of the Stout? I think that has good health. And this is good too. This is good too. So I think the main characters are great. Bullfrog has its interesting power that it can block airborne, which I haven't really seen in the previous 2 encounters, and I just have 1 mistake before the next boss fight. I think it's the Rattler. I think it is. But however, the Bone Lord was pleased by a sacrifice, so I get something in return. Minor boon for the Bone Lord. You will start each battle with 1 extra bone. Minor boon for the Bone Lord. You start. You shook off the viscera of the poor rattler and carried onwards. Yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen when the 2 traders arrive, but no, I gotta beat this again. Hulking man side by the back. Brackish pond with the feet submerged in the dark water. He pulled a hook from the pile of rotting fish and rose to its feet. I'm the angler, so fish. I get 1 extra bone. Oof, Reginald is helpful. I'm getting a kingfisher soon. I'm gonna play a kingfisher too. I don't know if I want to play the kingfisher like just before it. I think it's probably a good idea. Attack and get submerged. So you attack and I'm submerged. Which fish? Hard to choose. Oh, what's that hook sign? Okay. I can't get another big thing before sacrificing a squirrel. So I'm gonna get something like this. Oh, this is helpful. Adder is really great at this. I can't play anything else clearly, so I'm gonna hit. Have a fair trade and get another kingfisher on board. Wow, it just hooked my fish on its side. Oof. That was hard. I still can't play anything as of now. Taking damages. Fair. Play a squirrel. Reginald. So after Reginald attacks, it's gonna push it with their side. And I lose. That was a mistake. Let's see what does this card does. I think I'm gonna go ahead and see again, like creation of a new custom card. It's a really nice element. The moment-to-moment gameplay of this is very meaty, very juicy. Like you are always on your toes trying to think. Not just in the boss fight, like even on the scroll, or even picking which card to add to your deck or remove cards. Like each and every interaction is meaningful and useful to a point where you know what kind of implications each decision is going to take. I would take a memento. So yeah, this is the card. So I can pick a choice. Cost from. So the cost is on the top right. It's 2 blood, obviously. So I'm gonna take 2 blood. Power and health. I like the power and health of wolf, obviously, which is greater. Sigil. Bullfrog sigil. Yes. And mighty. Let's go mighty. And now it's gonna take a picture of me, and I would come across mighty on my next playthrough. I got the Frim roll. That foul stunted wolf. You really want such a creature on your deck. The sight of it. The sight of it does try my temper. But it has been dealt, so it stands. Or is that my hand now? Stinkbug, Stoat, Bullfrog, and this. He did put something on the shelf. I remember. Oh, I got gold teeth. Oh yeah, here it is. The pain is unbearable even after all these years. What do you want? I have very little to live for these days. You just need to get a hold of that camera of his. Maybe if you defeated him, you would get a chance. So I need to steal the camera to be able to be useful. The film will be useful. Nothing. I had the astral vision, but I think now it's gone. So yeah, talking about like designing it, I think the sequential order, apart from like balancing it, also comes down to the core loop and the moment-to-moment gameplay experience. Like what kind of so when I say the interactions are juicy, what kind of decision-making progress is gonna take into, like what kind of information that the player has. So each of these, I think I might have discovered all the road symbols that the game has to offer. Yeah, so so now you can use those elements to generate maps like these where you want to see where the players want to progress. So in such a game, you see there is some sort of a pattern here where initially you have you obviously have a starter deck, then you get a free card. Over here there's a free card, there's another free card, or like a choice of a free card. You move on to like improving something. Basically, you're given a starter deck, you're given a few buffs or extra cards to set yourself up for a mini boss fight, which kind of like gives you a rough idea how the cards work, and while also giving you backpack resources and newer cards